some of the things, but I don't know. I just feel like I'm stuck and I don't know what I'm feeling lately.
Okay. So, so I am an evidential psychic medium, so I do get some psychic stuff. I keep it mostly to mediumship here. So, at the end, I would say, like, when I ask you if you have any questions, specifically ask in regards to that, so the spirit can get you the messages. And we can really like guide you through this guidance here, because it
Okay.
does feel like there is at least like 2 or 3 issues is what I feel in your energy. Like it feels like not just one thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I would say it's about right. Two,
Okay.
three.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Give me one moment here. I'll start the timer. And then, actually, I can't start the timer yet because I still need to explain to you. So I can do a spirit-led mediumship for you, which would mean I would just pull whoever from the other side, your past loved ones. I always like to advise sometimes with that, I can get spirits that you didn't know as well. So sometimes not all the information can fit and it can sometimes make it confusing, I've noticed for some people. Because they will layer on top of each other until we start getting a little bit deeper and you're like, oh, that could be, depending on the type of information, you're like, oh, I know who this and this belongs to, and then this seems like this other person type of deal. So spirits from the other side tend to do that. But if you and we could always do spirit led and then switch over to someone if you have them like a more specific person in mind, or if you had someone specifically that you wanted to connect with today, just give me the relationship that you had with them. If like you had like multiple, let's say like brothers that passed away, just give me the first initial of their name. Does that make
Okay.
sense, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. So would you like to connect with just would you like to connect with a specific individual, or would you like to start off a spirit led?
Let's start with that. I kind of want to connect to see if I could connect with my ex, but I don't know if I'm fully ready.
Okay. Feel that. Okay, I haven't started the timer yet because I am just going to try to get situated here with the spirit lads because sometimes, like I said, they can get a little more hectic. I just like to nail down some things here. Okay, so I don't know. I heard dad's grandfather, so your great grandfather, on your dad's side. Would the month June make sense for that?
I don't know my grandparents.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to kind of do this open here then. So does the month January resonate to like a past loved one or in some way or to you?
My baby passed.
Okay, I'm sorry. And then what about the month March?
My brother's birthday.
Okay,
And I had my babies in March.
okay. I'm so sorry. Okay. I'm getting the number 30. This could be the 30th. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. It feels like the 30th, but I'm not totally sure sometimes with the dates.
No, I'm not sure.
Okay. Pull out my worksheet here, guys, so I can. Does Illinois or like a place starting with the letter I make sense to you?
My mom was born in Illinois.
And then what about like art? Is art significant in some way?
I do a lot of coloring, and my mom did.
Okay. Aw, I love that. Um, so I hear someone saying you got this, girl. Okay, hold on. Let's see what they're referring to. Are you dealing with like mental health? Like, have you been feeling down lately?
Yeah.
Okay. They're just really encouraging you from the other side. Like, you got this. Like, you don't have to rush to feel better. Just know that, like, you can take your time to feel better. Just, prioritize. And that means, like, put whatever is the most important on your list to get done for that day. Just do one, like, just make that the one thing and you can feel accomplished. So, just don't overly stress yourself right now. It kind of feels like I get the feeling that you kind of feel like you betrayed yourself somehow.
Yeah. With some past things that happened.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's okay. Okay. They're referring to you as like magical. So they're saying that like you have an ability to um basically like manifest light to make things that were once not beautiful into something beautiful, and they say don't forget that.
Yep. I always try to bring positivity no matter what.
Aw, I love that. Got you. Okay, I'm getting a J name as being relevant. They said Jasper. I don't even know why, but once again, with the names, even though I say a name, it doesn't specifically have to be that gender or that name. I just know a J name is relevant to either a past loved one or to you.
My partner is Jay.
Okay.
My one ex passed, his last name starts with a J.
Okay. I'm seeing like really, really dark hair on a male. I don't, is this your, I think they're living. Is this your partner?
He's got dark hair, yeah.
Does he not have a beard?
No, he does.
He does. Because it seemed like your ex was trying to say he doesn't have a beard.
No.
Okay. They can be a bit sassy. And then I'm getting the month November as being relevant. And the number 5. Or May.
My mom's birthday.
For May or for
Yeah,
November?
for me.
Okay.
November, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Besides, me and my ex that passed, he and I fell out around November.
Oh, okay.
But we could indulge before he passed in April.
Oh, I see. Okay. Does someone have some sort of head relevance? It feels like the front of the head.
Oh, not that I can think of.
That is so weird. I don't know why I always get head pressure. Okay.
Could have been me
Okay, yeah, it can't
from
be. Yeah.
from assault.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay, that would make sense because it's not like like consistent, but it kept coming back as like a reminder.
Yeah.
Is there something like really relevant about makeup with you?
I do my makeup.
Oh, you do your makeup? Okay, is that it?
Yeah, that's one thing that I do to just uplift myself even though I'm at home not doing nothing.
Oh, I love that. I used to do that too. And like watch like, crime documentaries. That's the best.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, gotcha. The other side is really saying you're thinking too hard about the problems that you're going through. Would that make sense?
Kinda. I don't think so, but I just don't have clarity, so I can't move past it kinda.
Hmm. Okay, I'm trying to get some clarity here for you. So, it definitely doesn't feel like you're pouring enough into yourself right now to be like replenishing your environment. So just keep that in mind, like self-care. It also once again just really feels like betrayal. Like you're just really holding on to this betrayal that it feels like kind of like you betrayed yourself. And like I said, I don't know if I said this earlier with you. It feels like 3 situations specifically that you kind of like harp on. Not like harp in a bad way. Like I know when I think I said that, they're like, just like you're thinking too much about it. How you said you don't really think that you're thinking too much about it. And that can totally be valid, just so you know still. Um, it feels like right now they're saying like it's a time to really self-reflect and decide like who you truly want to be. I don't know why they're emphasizing that. They're basically like saying like you need to look yourself in the mirror and really like, tell yourself what your objective is. Does that make sense so far?
Yeah.
Okay. And sorry, sometimes I get like medium brain and I like black out, so I don't know what I said what to, but so I don't know if you have a partner now, but if you don't have a partner now, you definitely have one, I feel like, coming your way. Um, and if you do have a partner, this is showing me that they are working their way to help bring you some clarity. Um, yeah, because it feels like you're just really like you're holding on to this stuff really tight right now. And once again, they're just emphasizing that they understand why, but you have to free up your hands to give you some energy and to give you some, options to be able to reach out. And they're saying even once you do free up like some of your like mind and thought process, that even then you're still probably going to have to blindly choose your decision. And they're saying, like, trust your gut because you freaking have that intuition. Like, you have it in you, and they are just reassuring that about you. Um, They're really saying like reach out if you need help. Do not keep this to yourself. They're emphasizing do not keep this to yourself. If you need help, reach out like to anybody. It does not matter who. They really are just trying to protect you on the other side. And they don't want you to feel lost. Like I know because it seems like they just made me feel like that's kind of just like how you feel right now, and like they're just like reassuring that they don't want you to feel lost. They want you to be able to make your own path and be able to follow it. Or I should say, where should you start? Let's see, where should you start to make things better? Ooh. Are you thinking about leaving somebody?
Kinda, yeah. Not so much leave, but walk away.
Yeah, I see that. I see that. I'm trying to see just to be sure because that's a really serious thing to give an answer to. So I just want to be certain here. Yeah, see, there's always this thing with like relationship reads that I run into that I firmly believe through all of my experience, including my own, that we're presented with like multiple like soulmates or like cord connections, whatever you want to call them, or people that we're just supposed to be with or feel like we're meant to be with, and it really feels like there isn't like a right yes or no answer to this. It does feel like it feels like you're still really uncertain and you don't really know like what path this is going to lead down because there are like opportunities, but it feels like there are like hidden motives behind some of like the ways out type of deal. I do see you like, okay, so sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here. Hold on, let's see. Like I said, very serious answer to give here, so I'm just trying to do my best. All right. So I wish that I could have landed on like a specific answer, but honestly, going back to it's like it's really who we're willing to like put up with. I know it kind of sounds terrible, but everyone there's gonna be struggles and there's gonna be problems, and it's really like up to you of like if you're gonna stay with this individual. Will this get better if you do stay with this individual? I feel like yes, it will, because it just seems like things will turn in your favor because of that good luck that you have of manifesting and positivity. But for some reason in the future, you'll look back and you're gonna be focusing too much on what you lost rather than what you gained. Because I'm getting that either way you are sorry, I'm getting medium brain. It's like
Could that,
either
let
way
me
you're
ask you this,
going.
could that be because it's like, okay, so it's not my partner, but it's his relative that's been the struggle, and like it's a minor that we don't know if we should keep fighting or just walk away for now,
Okay.
if that makes sense. And it's just hard because we've been asking for guidance through the county and they just close everything.
Okay, I see.
And like we have an opportunity to relocate and we kind of feel stuck.
Okay, so is this child someone else's child? Is that what you're saying?
It's
Okay.
my partner's nephew.
Okay, gotcha. Um, okay, so keep fighting towards what you guys are doing right now because you guys are working on this, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes much more sense with the cards I pulled. Okay, so
And I think that's why 30 came in play, because the father to this child's birthday is the 29th.
yeah, and sometimes I do like get close. So, yeah, that makes sense. So, they're saying like put fight into this. Like I know that you guys are already probably putting fight into this, but they're basically saying put more fight into it because you're going to get what you're trying to obtain, and simply because of like the strength that you put into everything, the patience, like the diligence, I should say. It is going to take time, but it's not always going to feel this difficult. Like there is eventually going to hit a point where you do see the exchange in energy as being even. And I do see like a happy family, like a happy like connection in this situation. Like I do see things, like I said, turning in your favor, but that makes sense why, regardless of the situation, that you'll always probably look back and feel like,
I just feel like I'm the only one that's really fighting so hard to remove him. And I hate that. I feel like I'm obligated that he needs to be replaced somewhere else.
Yeah. And
And I just
it's
feel trapped because I'm not blood related, so it makes it harder for me.
you gotta look out for the kids. That's what they're saying. You gotta look out for the kids, man.
And
Type
I
of
feel like
deal.
I'm the only one, and then I feel like his dad is targeting me for doing that. But what am I supposed to do?
No, yeah.
And then
I
I get upset
document
because like
doc
I didn't give my kids the mother they should had, and that's what the guilt comes in because I was at a time when they were younger that I wasn't good, and now I have this chance with this child, and I feel like nobody's fighting for him.
and you're doing the right thing by putting that fight up for that child because somebody needs to do it and he can't do it, so someone needs to do it type of scenario. And that's exactly why like this was placed like so in your life. And unfortunately, like you said, you weren't able to be the best mom, which I don't agree with that, but I know that people make mistakes. But
I'm not saying I wasn't the best
yeah,
mom. I was the best mom by giving them to my family that could be safe for them and protect them the best they need. When
yeah,
I couldn't, instead of just fighting and struggling with them. And I'm okay with that, but it's just heartbreaking how I see this child. And it's just, I see nothing but danger for him. And I feel stuck.
yeah. No, I know. I know. And like I was saying, I truly believe that you were placed in his life to be the one to give him a voice and to help him and get him out of that situation. Like you aren't making the wrong decisions. And that's why they said, like you're, what was it? Like they said, you got this girl and you're thinking too hard on it because all of the other messages, a lot of the other messages that I got were just saying, like I said, you manifest, like things will turn in your favor, like the universe is on your side, and that's all reassurance too. Because they don't just give that to me for funsies, like that really is them reassuring that.
And that's what done it because, like, there was an open case. And with my history, people say, you can't get kids with felonies and all that. And that social worker let me bring that baby home. And
Yeah,
that's what gave me the most to fight harder. But I feel like I'm just fighting a losing battle. And I know that's not the case. That's the devil trying to work hard at it.
it
And I
is.
and I keep telling my partner, like, what if we do relocate? Because I put my life on hold because I'm afraid if I do relocate out of state that it's gonna be something I can't be right there where I can if it happens now.
Yeah. I know this is a little bit difficult situation.
But that tells me there I'm doing what I need to do. I just gotta be patient more.
Yeah, no, it is gonna be something that takes time. And
And see,
um
that's me. I feel like I done so much that I'm tired of it. I want better results and I'm not seeing it. But now with the school involved and child protection was involved, I feel like nobody's seeing what I'm seeing, but that's because I've been dealing with it. And they're just coming in. So the
yes.
patience for them to do their part has been really slim, and I just feel like everybody's failing him. And I know
Oh,
that's not true. It's the way for them to keep me sick, and I don't want to.
no, I totally agree. Like I absolutely like I said, you were really placed in his life to keep fighting for him. And just like a lot of people in the chat are saying, is you really do like got this like type of scenario. Um, and like you said, it very much happens that way that like once somebody comes in, it's like you seem like the crazy one, and then a year in, you're no longer the crazy one anymore. Now people start to kind of see what you've seen this whole time. And I can't tell you enough of how important it is to I personally do this. I make an alternate email. Any type of like if anything that happens that I think is unfair, and so specifically to this situation, like I would document anything. Like if who you said the son's or the kid's dad or
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
that he keeps like just like trying to make it harder on your life and things like that, like document it. Just document anything that you freaking can and email it to yourself. Literally just like email like, oh, today's, Tuesday, even
Yeah.
though
I
emails
have a
are
daily live diary on my phone, and I have a notebook, and I document everything on both.
good. And that's all you can do. I know it sucks, but girl, that unfortunately that's all we can do. I know. I've just dealt with like something kind of similar that it's just like I don't know. It's all we can control sometimes is what is right in front of our face in the time, and sometimes that's all we can do is document.
Right? And not give up. And I know that's not me. I don't give up.
Good. No, you're not about to give up. You just need to do a little self-care and just like
I
just
do. I need to give
remember why
myself
you're doing
more
it.
time. Like, I sit here just waiting because I never know. Like, if his dad would just pop up because he don't call
Yeah,
instead of going out or doing something. I feel like I'm trapped.
girl, I understand so much just like the harassment. Trust me, I understand so much, and personally wish I could tell you to just like go somewhere else. But it does feel like that you do unfortunately need to stay like nearby, at least for now. But I definitely, from personal experience, recommend if you can leave the area as far as you can at some point, definitely do so.
Yeah.
So sorry,
This is
Mary.
hard.
I know, girl. I'm so sorry for
And it's
everything.
hard when you see something and you know the outcome is unhealthy. And like, my heart's always been for the youth, the youth, because they have no guidance a lot of times. And I see that with this little boy.
Yeah. And like I said, you were put in his life for a reason. Like someone has to do it. And unfortunately,
And see, I built a connection with him over the phone for almost a year before I even seen him or was hands on with him. And it
oh,
breaks my heart. Like, the connection is not just by being present fully, it was by phone calls.
yeah. No, for sure. I understand, girl. I don't think there's really any right thing besides like honestly, they really are encouraging you from the other side, like just to keep going. It feels really heavy right now. They're like, I promise it's gonna get lighter at some point, is what they're saying,
It
and
will.
they really want you to. They're like really trying to emphasize like you need to reset today too, especially like they're like emphasizing like take a hot shower if you can, like do something, even if it's like freaking Q-tipping your ears. do
Right?
something, do something for yourself today. That's all they're saying. They just want you to be present with yourself for a moment because remember when you're up against something so big, you really need clarity. You need so much clarity. You need to not be in your emotions. And I know easier said than done. But it's just practice. Like every time those emotions come up, you say, it's gonna be better, next time. Like
It
um
will.
the
And
thought
I see it's getting better between me and the child because he was being disrespectful and being ungrateful and not realizing the stuff I done for him.
yeah.
And, like, now he will respond and maybe hours later, but he still, like, last night I'm like, why are you up so late? He goes, I had to check on you first. And, and it's like, I see he's struggling. He battles. He wants his dad, and I understand that. But, it just breaks my heart because his dad, he's a daddy's boy, and knowing that he might not be around his dad very long hurts because that makes it sad for him. But he knows his dad don't do what he needs to for him.
Yeah, yeah, no, I get that. That is definitely the scenario that he's just not ready right now. Like he can't. So
I don't think the dad ever is gonna be ready. He's old enough to know.
yeah. And that's the thing is like, I know it, well, once again, it's always easier said than like like actually like done or like thought about, but like I haven't seen my dad in over 14 years, and that guy lived like a city away from me type of deal. I know it's a little bit different because my dad didn't want to be in my life, but like I ended up with an amazing stepdad that like my biological dad could like never replace. And I know that's probably like really hard to hear because like you said, he really cares
It
about you.
is, it is, but it's not because, like, with my partner, like, he really does try to help me and bring clarity to me, like you said. But the thing about it is, I was so scared of him because he treats me like a woman should be, and I didn't know how to cope with that because the past men been hateful and ugly to me, and he's never been like that to me, and it's
Oh,
hard.
good. Yeah,
So I know like what little man feels when he wants his dad, because I know I've been wanting my father and didn't, you know. So I
yeah,
understand, but I always had my mom that always know your dad loves you, your dad loved you, and I do that with little man. Like, your dad can't be here right now, and it's like I can't lie to him no more. He knows.
yeah. Well, I mean, my mom always said my dad was a piece of shit, so I mean, I don't know, like it changes throughout life. And my dad was my life. Like my dad, I remember, I kind of remember, I know that I spent more time around my dad than I did around my mom. And honestly, even growing up, like me and my mom didn't really get along, and she never said a good thing about him, which I don't blame her, honestly.
It's
So
sad.
it's about love. It's not about what you do, it's how you do it type of scenario.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So just remember
Because
that. Like it's
you
about
know
care, being in the present moment.
I get a lot of negativity from my father, like, because we're too much alike, so we argue a lot. And he's a Leo and I'm a Virgo, so it's hard. And then, like, towards the end, I knew he was going downhill, and I wanted to regain that. And my dad's like, I just want you sober. I want you sober. I lose sleep over it, not knowing where you're at, what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I got sober before he passed, so it made it, our connection was better. And one of the last conversations with him is like, I'm proud of you. And before he passed, and that kind of helped me to get past that. But I still kind of, and now I feel lonely for him at times, because it's like, why couldn't we have this happen before all the bad?
Yeah. I know, girl. I
And
know.
I keep, my dad, when I do feel like giving up, I do hear my dad, I'm proud of you. And that's what pushes me to go. So
Yeah.
it helps.
Yeah, no, they definitely are just so proud for you. On the other side, like they're proud of you, and they're standing right there by your side, and they're just reassuring that like this is like you're doing everything right. This is exactly what you're supposed to be doing type of scenario. Um, so I know it's a lot right now, but like my best suggestion and what they're saying is like really try to detach from this as much as you can today without like feeding any negative, like as much as you can not feed negative thoughts involving this, do so today just so you can restart tomorrow. And then I don't know if you believe in God, but in the morning,
Uh-huh.
like I say, thanks for waking me up. Thanks for waking this person up. Thanks for waking this person up. Just things
Yeah, I
like that.
pray for the ones that I feel like are more attacking of me.
Yeah,
For
no,
them, because I don't wish ill on nobody, but I could. I have in the past, and I don't want that part of me no more.
yeah, no, and
So,
that's a great realization to have as well. Yeah, it's not worth your time. It's a waste of energy, honestly, to do it.
yeah, because I'm asking myself to eat poison, but expecting them to be hurt by it.
Yeah, right. That's a great way of freaking putting it, Mary. Literally spot on.
I have a lot of knowledge. I should
Yeah.
start. Maybe I'll go live.
You gotta, yeah, I know, right? You gotta pass it along. I was just thinking that. You could have a little vent room or something
I do.
like
I
that.
like going live. I just don't get a lot of people, so it kind of
Oh,
discouraged me. But I
oh,
have been going live at least once a week. So, and I've
oh.
been seeing more people. So maybe that's what I need to do.
Good. Just consistency and hey, invite me next time. Maybe I'll be around.
Oh, most definitely, yeah.
Because
Because
I hop in the rooms and stuff.
you never know what happens, and like TikTok's been my platform for a while. This is my main go-to than any other platform because I just feel more respected by a lot of people. A lot of people look at me, in a way that with respect, and courtesy and not like just a way to get what they want from me. So,
Yeah.
and I stuck with it and I like it. So,
Yeah. No, yeah, you
Hummingbird, I do have a book actually that I wrote.
oh my gosh, well, look at that. Do you
Yeah.
wanna, you can't say like any other third, you can say the name of it if
Um,
is
it's
it published?
called The Hard Times of My Life. My
Biography.
yes, thank you.
Got you, girl.
But if anybody wants, you can look on my profile. I have videos of it and stuff. It was something, to be honest, I used to be an addict and I was in the lifestyle of street walking and 304s and stuff, and I called my partner to come and get me from where I was at, and um we just been together every day
Oh
then,
my,
and it's been almost going on 3 years now, and but I have known him for a couple years prior, and
right.
I didn't know where I
Congratulations,
wanted
girl.
him to come and take me to or what at the moment and everything. I knew I was tired and got myself help and been doing well. I'm on my recovery journey. I'm on my healing journey, and I've done a lot of work. And you know, this little boy has really got my heart, and it's like I'm stuck. I feel like I'm lost.
Yeah, girl, I can
So
understand why you're
I don't know what to do.
girl, I can understand you're going through a
No,
lot right now. And right now, it's just there's nothing that you can do right in the moment. Like I said,
no,
just keep focusing forward and you're strong and
yeah.
everything is it's gonna turn in your favor. Just keep at it, Mary.
Right,
Okay.
and that's when I started my journey, I just started writing. I didn't know what I was writing or
Good.
anything, and I felt better. I felt like I was letting go because I just wrote it and never looked back at it. And when I was in treatment, I was like, I should get all my writings in a book, and that's what I did. I did it. I haven't even read my book because I'm afraid of picking up some of the stuff that I wrote because it's painful.
Yeah.
But I have looked at some pages in it, because I'm ready, but I'm
Yeah.
not ready to take that pain. And I feel like if I do read it right now, I'll pick it all back up. So,
Yeah.
and everything. And I thought it was nothing but chicken scratch. To be honest, I really thought I was living the lifestyle and I would be unalive due to my addiction. And that's just being honest and real. And my last case I was looking at prison and I told him I need help mentally. I don't think chemicals is the issue. It's the trauma. And, I got done with treatment. I did my papers. I got off paper 2 years early. And, no violations. And I've been really fighting hard to keep myself in. I had opportunities of getting the chemical for nothing, and I looked at it and I was like, that took my life for years. I can't. And I got rid of it. So
No, I
like
totally
I
relate.
really want to help, and I put out emails yesterday to work with the youth. So I'm waiting to hear back.
Aw,
So
yay. Well, good luck
this
with everything. I
yeah,
definitely saw in the reading too that I feel like that's really gonna I saw youth involved, so that would make sense to see in your
yeah.
future.
Because
Um
I feel like adults, we already have our mindset. Teenagers, there's so many of them that's out here lost. They go to lifestyles that they shouldn't never be around at that age. But who do they have to guide them? And I think, that's where I can make a difference, because if I share my story with them and they can recognize, oh, I don't want that from that woman's story, I think I've done my job.
No, I totally agree. Like we need more people out there for sure to be able to support that side of things. So like
Like
if
I
you
do
can't,
donations all the time to families that need it. Like I really give because I've been so blessed. You know, I have another chance at life. I took life for granted and I can't no more.
yeah, no, I completely agree, Mary. I relate with you. Trust me, way more than you probably realize. So
Yeah,
I'm
but
just so
thank you so much. Anybody in the chat, if you need somebody to talk or just motivate you, let me know. I'm always open. Trust
easy
me.
old girl. All right, Mary.
Because
Well,
that's what we need.
yes, no, it
Thank you,
is to
hon.
support each other as a community. You're welcome, and thank you for your time, Mary. I hope you have a
Yes, I
good rest of your
appreciate it.
day.
You
I'm
too.
sure I'll see you again. So, all
Oh, most
right.
definitely.
Okay, bye, girl.
Bye.